Hello everybody. Today we will learn some things. Number one, what do you think the worst job in the world is? What do you think the worst job in the world is? And number two, which of the following make people not like their job? Try to guess the meaning of these words and tell me which one of the following make people not like their job from your own point of view. Okay? Now you will listen to this passage and try to understand all of this passage. Okay, you can listen it carefully and repeat it again and again to understand it. Then I will tell you what to do there. Let's start.
(3D). I quit. On. Eating.
Job forum. Someone's got to do it. Tell us your bad job experiences. It can't be that bad, can it?
Once worked at a sweet factory, putting sugar on sweets and biscuits. Thought it would be nice because I was a big fan of sweets. Well, used to go home with sugar in my hair, up my nose and in my ears. It was disgusting, and the smell was so strong that I couldn't get used to it. I only lasted a week. One good thing did come out of my experience. The time I left, I had given up sweets altogether. Harry Mitchell, Southampton.
Worked for one summer at a safari park. Liked feeding the penguins and the other animals in general. Cleaning up after them wasn't much fun, as you can imagine. Worst job I had was in the monkey reserve. You see, as visitors drove through, monkeys usually climbed on their cars for a free ride. At the exit of the reserve, one of us had to stop the monkeys from getting into the next reserve. I can tell you, chasing monkeys around with a stick in the middle of the summer is not fun at all. Dan Given, Hemsby.
My job can be really hard sometimes, as it involves taking customers' orders, answering calls and in general dealing with people and their complaints. You see, I work at a call centre. The things I have to put up with are awful. Just because people can't see you face to face, they think it's okay to be rude. It was really difficult in the beginning. By the end of the first month, I had learnt not to take it too personally. Once I got so angry with a customer, I shouted back at him. It almost cost me my job. Faisal Ahmed. Jeddah.
I often remind myself, no matter how bad things get, could be worse. I could still be working there. I don't know how I lasted a month at the box factory. I'd had enough before the end of the first week. It was exhausting on the body. What it did to your mind was most worrying. Boring just isn't a strong enough word. Worked with a man who had been there for 20 years. He told me he dreamt of boxes. He saw boxes when he closed his eyes, and he even tasted boxes when he ate. I was so glad when I was fired. Orkins, Bath.
After you listen to the passage, try to answer about these questions. Okay? In this lesson, I want to learn about some vocab like the following words. Look, in the first picture I have emergency services, paramedic. Try to guess what's his job. From the picture you can guess the correct meaning of this word. Paramedic. Lifeguard. Rescue squad. Number 2, some vocabs about media, journalist, newsreader, cameraman. Then the third picture we have constructions.
Next.
Like I have 3 words that contains 2 construction: builder, painter, plumber. Okay, try to guess the correct meaning of these words according to 3 pictures. Today our lesson is about past perfect simple. The forming of the past perfect simple is had plus past participle. And first we want to know when we use past perfect simple. Past perfect simple is about an action which has happened before an action and the 2 actions in the past. Again, expresses about an action which had happened before another action in the past. Okay, this is past perfect simple. Let's see. Here we have by the time. By the time is a word that refers to past perfect simple. By the time and before. Okay, by the time. First we have by the time. By the time followed by past simple, then past perfect simple. Next I have before in the middle. Before followed by past simple and the past perfect simple used before. Okay, again we had by the time followed by 2 tenses. The first is past simple, next past perfect simple, but before is followed by past simple, and the action that we used before it, past perfect simple. Let's see. By the time I left, I had given up. Had plus pp, had given up sweets altogether. Next, Sam had sent a CV to the company before he got the job. Before followed by past simple, got. Got is the second form of get. Had sent, had plus pp, had plus past participle, had sent. So the sentence is Sam had sent a CV to the company before he got the job. Number 3, yesterday we took the kids to the zoo. We hadn't been there before. We used past simple, next past perfect. Yesterday we took the kids to the zoo. We hadn't been there before. We used hadn't been there past perfect tense, is expresses about an action that happened before this action and altogether in the past. Okay, let's see. Now we will revise about some things that we studied before. Okay, question number 1. A. Read what the people say and guess what job they do. What the people say and guess what job they do. Number 1. I love my job. It gives me the chance to be on the beach every day. More importantly, I save lives. What's his job? He is a guess. He is a lifeguard. Number 2. My job is very difficult. I see a lot of injured people, but it makes me feel good to help them. What's his job? He is paramedic. Okay? Number 3. My job can be messy, but I love working with colors. Also, when I finish, everything looks brighter and cleaner. What's his job? He is a painter. Number 4. I have been working for a newspaper for 20 years, but I still get exciting when every story I write. What's his job? He is a journalist. Okay? Number 5. Being on TV comes with a lot of stress, but I always have to look calm. Also, apart from reading, I have interview important guests. What's his job? He is a news reader. Okay? Next, number B. You can use the verb between brackets and put it in past simple or the past perfect simple. If the verb between brackets in the past simple, you can get the second form of it, but if it's in the past perfect simple, you can put it in had plus past participle. Okay? Next, number C. Join the sentence below using words given, making necessary changes as in the example. Okay? Number 1. You can read this sentence and use this word in the sentence and change when you can. Okay?